Hey everyone, welcome back to One Perspective. I'm Brett, and welcome to all the open-minded campers out there today. Today we are doing a camp out in the middle peninsula of the east coast of Virginia. This is known as Diggs, Virginia, and it sits right in the Chesapeake Bay. I'm at a nice little farmland, actually a bird farm, a guinea farm. And today we are staying at the Trilogy, one of 3 sites on my gracious host Ian's property. Today I actually decided to go ahead and just use the fire pit at the facility. I didn't bring my own personal one. And on top of that, my host gave me a pile of free firewood. So I don't have to even buy that. Thank you again, Ian. Look at this. Out here when you're camping, a picnic table, that's a luxury. I love it. And I'm so glad that I actually have one because I forgot the little table that I was going to bring here to cook on. So there we go. Now check this out. You can take a little shower out here on your campsite in the woods. Look at this. This is a suspended tent. It's got 3 spots for people to sleep at. You could probably get 2 people comfortably in each section of the tent. That's why they call it the Trilogy. Pretty cool, huh? And it also doubles as shade. Hey, you got pets and you don't want them up in the tent with you? Well, they got a tent for your dog or cat right here. Now, we still got a lot of daylight left, so I kind of want to explore the property first and maybe even check out the beach. So let's get started. Beautiful green Virginia, even at the beach. Been driving for a while before I got here. Now I get to stretch my legs, get some exercise in, and see what this place has to offer. Looks like an old house over here. Definitely gonna have to go around. There is some high grass right here. Now I was told by the host that vultures have taken over this house here. They go right in through that huge gaping hole. Go in and out as they please and live in there. Mainly, I gotta watch where I'm stepping because that stick might be a snake. And with as much stuff falling over here, they really blend in. Definitely an interesting find, but I'm looking at this door over here and it doesn't really look safe to enter. I'm just gonna take a little look from the outside and that's as far as I'm going. Just looking in here at the top of the steps and seeing all the overgrowth here kind of reminds me of The Last of Us. If you've ever played the first game, just the intro screen has this really sad looking window. If you know, you know. After we're all gone, this is exactly what nature is gonna do. It's gonna retake what was theirs. How many of you know what that hole is there? Drop a comment below. That wind is blowing today. Check out this axe throwing block here we got. Ooh, that one's a little splintered. I think I want to toss that one down. I'm gonna take a shot, see if I can make it happen. Wish me luck. Yeah. All that axe throwing got me hungry. It's snack time. All right, everyone. So I did a little hiking around. Saw an old abandoned house from the 60s. Did a little axe throwing. Got a little heated, and now I'm back in the shade and I'm having a snack. Now, you know me, guys. I love full throttle, but I'm doing it a little different. It's 3:24 p.m. Last time I drank one on a camping trip, I did it like at 6:30 p.m. That was a mistake because I didn't go to bed that night until about 2 in the morning. So I'm gonna do it now so I get some energy for the afternoon going into the evening. And I'm having a little Lance toast cheese, pack of nabs here, peanut butter style, and some Jack Link's beef jerky. Here's a toast to the summertime. Here's a toast to solitude. And this is what you get when you work hard. Lately, I've been putting in the hours, the overtime hours. I've been trying to get a little extra money to do the things I love. And today, I'm out here doing just that. We're on the move again. We're on a rock road now, baby. All right, everybody, what you're looking at behind me is the Chesapeake Bay. So the Chesapeake Bay is brackish water. It's a mix of fresh water and the Atlantic Ocean salt water. So today I brought some saltwater bait, and I'm gonna try my luck to see if I can get a fish, any fish. It's just gonna be a catch and release. I'm not looking to take some back to the campground and cook it or anything. Just wanna have a little bit of fun and enjoy myself. Hey guys, look at this. Got a ladybug there. That means good luck. Look at this, guys. Got a pine cone. It's not every day you see a pine cone on the beach. Hey everybody, I just got my hook on the line here, and I'm gonna start putting some bait on. I wanted to show you guys what I got. Now this is some saltwater bait here. I got a squid one, I got a shrimp one, and I got one that's supposed to be like the bloodworms too. Today we actually have wind gusts up to like 29 miles an hour. And I've never filmed on a beach before. I knew it was going to be a lot of wind, but man, it feels good. It's like a nice balance between the sun on your back and just the wind blowing through your hair, really. Just to give you a little background, I'm mainly familiar with freshwater pond fishing, you know, going out there on a boat, catching some brim, some bass, some catfish. This is one of the first times I've really done some saltwater fishing, so I'm not really sure if I got the right equipment and the right depth on my line. I'm just gonna cast it out and see what happens. No matter what, I'm having fun, and that's the thing about fishing. Fishing and hunting and just being outdoors. It's not about whether or not you get a catch, you get a kill. It's about just reconnecting with the earth, resetting your system, fresh air, sunshine. This stuff, that's what's good for the soul. This stuff right here, it looks like big league chew, but trust me, it don't smell like it. Just a little check-in here. No luck yet, but I'm having a great time. I will say this bait is tough. And when you usually put on like a night crawler, earthworm for freshwater, that thing will go away real quick. Either it gets caught on something on the way in, or fish just take little nibbles at it, bites at it, and it's gone. Now this one, it has lasted. All I've been catching is seaweed, but I'm gonna keep going. This is just really relaxing, just casting it out here, and this wind, I know you can hear this wind, but it feels great. All right, y'all, I think that's gonna be it for me. It's 5:41 now, and I'm gonna be packing up and going back to the campsite, setting up the tent, and then get some dinner going. Okay, we're back at the campsite. I want to say this. That was a beautiful day out there on the water. I didn't catch anything, but I had fun casting that rod out there. And that sun, it took the energy out of me. I got a little snack earlier, had some caffeine, had some water, and I think now it's time for me to get some electrolytes back in my body. Got some Gatorade over there in the cooler. I'm gonna hook that up here in a minute. And after that, we have got to put the tent up before it gets dark. Right after that, we're gonna be making some dinner. Okay, I think it's time to get that tent started. Now, of course, there's the Trilogy tent there, and that's great and all, but personally, I just want to be on the ground in a little smaller tent. And so that's what I'm going to do. And check this out. I just purchased this. This is the OneTigris Jovian 4-person tent. Now it comes in coyote brown, and it's a 3-season tent. Now if you don't know what a 3-season tent is, the 3 seasons are spring, summer, and autumn or fall. This is not a tent for the winter time, and you're going to see why very soon. It has a ton of mesh. Now, I can't remember all of the specs on this, so I'll try to flash those on the screen later, but you're going to see that this tent is great. It's perfect for, 2 people to comfortably be in there, but technically you could get 4 people in there, maybe 2 adults and a couple of little kids, but I'm going to go ahead and set it up. So check it out. Normally I bring my own tarp out here to put under a tent, but this tent actually came with its own footprint or small tarp. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. It comes with a ton of tent stakes. Here we go. We got the tent coming up here. Now this is a freestanding tent. And what that means is it's no problem putting it up without stakes, but it's a little windy, so stakes are probably essential right now. right, so now we're going to get the structure up. Now, the trick is to put that little middle piece on it before you raise it up. I forget that sometimes. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but we're going to try without stepping all over the tent. Also good to kind of clip these on as well. Kind of gives you a little bit more freedom without this thing getting so wobbly. And voila, there you go, it's already up. Actually, no, one more thing needed to be put on. This pole right here. This way your little entry level will kind of stay up a little bit further. But as you can see, the tent's up and it's so warm today with the nice breeze. Unless it gets really cold for some reason, and according to the weather app, that's not going to happen. I think I'm just going to leave it like this for the night. But check this out. Nice, huh? And check it out. On the other side, you got a door too. So technically, if you had the tent fly on, you could open both these doors and have nice airflow straight through. Even without the door being open, there's so much mesh, you're going to be really comfortable. All right, now I'm going to just put a few things in the tent and then we're going to get started with that dinner. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed my cooking there. I'm about to dig into this burger here. Actually, both of them, hopefully, but definitely the one with the egg. I gotta try that out because it is fresh from this local chicken/guinea farm. All right, let's dig in. All right. Pretty good. I'm not gonna make you guys watch me stuff my face, so I'll come back afterwards and we'll talk more then. All right, everybody. You know what time it is. Time to get this campfire started. Now, what do I always say in my videos? We're not ashamed around here to use a little bit of accelerant. We want to get it going. And we're responsible with it. Looks like I'm putting on a lot, but it's just to get it started, and it's contained, and I've got some experience with campfires, so, and we've got some safety on our side tonight. We actually have a fire extinguisher out here if things get crazy. Well, there we go. So, I just celebrated a huge milestone in my life. Actually, me and my wife's life. We just celebrated our 20-year wedding anniversary. That's right, a score, 2 decades. And I want to say this. If you have someone in your life, a significant other that you love, every day, tell them that you love them. Never go to bed mad, and never leave the house without resolving your problems. I met my wife in college when I was 20 years old. She tapped me on my shoulder and asked me to be her project partner in a business class, and the rest is history. We have welcomed 3 wonderful kids into this world. We've also bid farewell to our grandparents and her father. My wife has made me a better person, and I couldn't imagine doing this life without her. I've told her from day one, it's you and me versus the world. I mean, I really truly mean that, because your significant other, your spouse, your wife, they are the ones that you have to stick up for the most. You help each other. You make each other better people. And you don't sit idly by when either one of you is making a mistake. You let each other know to improve themselves, to not go down the wrong road. And that's absolutely what my wife has done. After I dated my wife for a year, I proposed to her. I knew that she was the one, and I was not going to let her get away. I got married when I was 23, and I had my first kid when I was 24. Now, that might seem young to you, and it is, but I was more mature as far as wanting a relationship, knowing what I wanted in a relationship. So many people don't take this stuff serious, and that's the problem. A lot of people think that marriage and maybe life in general is supposed to be you on the crest of a wave, riding it all the way to your olden days, but it's not. It's a wave. It's a wave. It rises, it falls, it rises again. And that's life. You got to temper your expectations and know when you see a green flag, because so many people just are blind to the red flags. They see a good time and they don't understand what they're doing with their life. And then sometimes they ask someone to marry them, hesitantly. They're really unsure, but they think that that's what they're supposed to do. If you're not sure, don't do it. And if you do it, realize that this is a commitment for life. You know that line, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health? Well, that's serious. That means if when you meet this person, they're in great health, they have a good job, they're making good money, you're having a nice life, well, anything could happen. They could get sick, they could get injured, they might lose their job. You can't just walk away. That's not what a spouse would do. A spouse would be supportive. A spouse would help their partner get back to where they need to be. They would give them the encouragement and the motivation to get back on their feet. Because your spouse, your partner, that's the one who matters the most in the world, more than anyone. So when you ask someone to marry you, you can't do this arbitrarily. You can't do this haphazardly. This is for life. You're not going to be happy every day. We're not all happy every day. We're human beings. We're allowed to make mistakes, learn from those mistakes. And you can't just run away when there's a problem. Now, if it's an abusive situation, I'm not talking about that. Part of avoiding that is good judgment. Now, when you're young, sometimes you don't make the best judgment, but you have to look for what a stable partner is. They got to be stable, loyal, affectionate, hardworking. They got to be in it for the long haul. And I saw all those things in my wife when I asked her to marry me. I want to say, I believe in love. I love my wife. I have loved her since we started dating, and I love her now, and I will love her till I take my last breath. No matter what life throws at us. I hope you have the foresight to see what I saw. If you find that special someone and they check all those boxes that I talked about for a person who could become your partner for life, then stop playing the field. You've already won. You got to see the forest for the trees. You can't keep wasting your life giving pieces of yourself to all these people if you've already found the one. But give it some time. Date them for a while. Go through some situations. Definitely travel with them. Be in some uncomfortable situations with them to understand who they are. And although I don't suggest you live with someone prior to getting married, you never really know who someone is until you live with them. But I hope the best for all of you, and don't give up on love. Hey everybody, it's been a wonderful day. I got to do a lot of nice things out here, right on the Chesapeake Bay. Got to camp out, got to cook some good food, got to go fishing, got to hike around, got to spend this weekend of solitude by myself, and I got to have a little conversation with you guys. But now I am in chill mode for the rest of the night. I'm just going to chill out here in the tent, watch a couple YouTube videos, might pull out my Kindle and read a book that I've been kind of putting off for a while. And I'll see you in the morning when the sun rises. Good morning, everyone. As per usual, it took me a while to fall asleep last night, but I had a good time just reading my Kindle, watching a few YouTube videos, and when I finally got to sleep, a few hours later, I heard this bird. That was a little annoying, but I finally got to sleep and I'm just kind of waking up now. It's 8:01 a.m. I'm going to lay here for just a little longer, and after that, I think I'm going to get up and make some breakfast. All right, everyone, I think I got everything I need to get started with breakfast. But before I do, I wanted to show you a new little item that I got. Actually, I got it last summer, but I haven't shown it to you on my videos yet. And that's my Bug Zapper tennis racket here. All you do is press this little button right here. A little red light comes on. You can hear the you can hear the electricity in this thing, and you can take down any type of insect flying around your head. It's mostly just satisfying, but it's a helpful tool. All right, everyone, we got 2 meals today. The first being biscuits and sausage gravy. Now, this is a freeze-dried meal, and I've had this a couple of times before. And it's made by Peak Refuel, one of my favorite freeze-dried meal brands. And so that's what we're gonna have. And also, I'm about to fry up some bacon. I don't know if you ever been popped by bacon grease, but it's like the hottest thing on earth. And you got to step back a little bit when you're not stirring this stuff. Ooh. All right, don't burn the bacon, baby. It gets hot quick. I think I'm about to take that out in a minute here. Oh, yeah. You always want to put a little paper towel in a plate, soak up that grease so it doesn't clog up your arteries. All right, on to the next thing. All right, guys, we are going to boil some water so we can make that sausage, biscuits, and gravy. And we're going to have a little bit of cheap coffee, too. Here we go. I didn't forget the pot this time. The freeze-dried meal I have over there calls for 1 cup of boiling water. Now, some of you might be saying duh to this next question here, but how many ounces is in 1 cup? Well, it's 8 ounces. And look at this, check this out. You can see right there, but there's a line for 8 ounces right in my little cup. So I didn't bring my measuring cup, so this is going to be it today. While I'm waiting for this water to boil, which is imminent, I'm going to have some of this bacon. Now, I love bacon, crispy bacon. When my younger son was younger, he came up with this phrase, and he loves saying it because he loves bacon. He still loves bacon to this day. And that's "In bacon we trust." Whew. Hot on the hands. Seal that up, 10 minutes, and you're good to go. All right, here goes nothing. If I can open this thing. Wow. There we go. Check that out. I'm about to tear that up. Hey everyone, breakfast is ready to go. So I'm going to cut off the camera and chow down on this stuff and drink my coffee. Now, I'll bring you back right after that. And if you haven't subscribed or liked yet, now is a great time. See you in a minute. Hey, I'm back, and breakfast was good. Very filling. Actually, a little bit more than I could eat with that sausage, biscuits, and gravy. I got a funny little story to tell you about that, and that is I actually forgot to take the oxygen absorber out when I poured in that boiling water, and I didn't notice until eating about 1/3 of it, and I was scooping, and I came across it, and I was like, shit. But I Googled it real quick, and apparently it's non-toxic, so I'm not going to be sick or poisoned or anything like that. I just thought I would share that with you. A funny little story on the way out of here. Little Canadian honker there. All right, guys. So this has been a great camping trip, here at the Guinea Field and Forest campsite with my gracious host, Ian. I want to give you a shout out and tell you thank you, man. Thank you for the hospitality. Thank you for showing me around. Thanks for the firewood, and thanks for the eggs. And thanks for letting me see that turkey. That was awesome. But if you're interested in this campsite, I actually found it on an app called Hipcamp. Now, there are 3 sites on this location. I'm in the Trilogy. There's also one called the Wisteria and the Stargazer's Cabin. So I'll leave a link to it in the description. And again, Ian, thanks, man. I want to give a couple of YouTube channel shout outs. And the first one goes out to my closest family friend and nephew, Veset. He's got a page called Outdoors with V. And about 99% of the time, it is solo camping. He goes everywhere. The mountains, frozen lakes, farmland. He loves to camp. He loves to hike. He loves gear. He loves gear. He's got a new piece of gear every couple of weeks, and I'm the first person he sends a text to about it. He's been doing this for, I believe, almost 2 years now, and he's got a great following. If you would do me the honor of checking out his page, I'd appreciate it. I'll leave a link in the description and flash something on the screen here for you. He actually got his inspiration from another YouTube channel, and this man needs no introduction, but if you haven't heard of him, This is Luke from the Outdoor Gear Review. Now, Luke, this is an outdoors man, let me tell you. He has been doing his channel for over 10 years. But I think within the past 5 or 6 years, he's really hit his sweet spot. This man is skilled in photography. He's based. He loves outdoor gear. He loves camping. He loves nature. And he puts on a good episode. Luke, if you're watching this video, I just want to tell you thank you for the inspiration to my nephew, Veset. And thank you for the inspiration for just going out here and doing some solo camping alone. Before you or Veset ever put up a video about solo camping, I never did that. I always went with family and friends, but there is something special about going by yourself. It really heightens the senses. And congratulations on the success of your channel. Since we're out here on the Chesapeake Bay, I thought it would be appropriate to give you an analogy about water. And so what I want to say about life is, you know, a lot of times it's real fun to ride the crest of the wave. Everything seems perfect when you're at the top, right? If that wave crashes and the current pulls you under, you can feel like you're drowning. Maybe you are drowning. What I'm here to tell you is start swimming. Maybe some of you might say, I don't know how to swim. Well, let me say this. Start flapping your arms, start kicking your feet, and eventually you're going to make it to shore. Don't give up on life and don't give up on love. Keep an open mind and never be afraid to be a dissenter in a world full of opposition.